Good morning. I am Shweta from St. Martin's Engineering College and from CSC department working as an assistant professor. Today I am here going to explain about the design and analysis of algorithm, and in that we are going to discuss about the introduction of backtracking. Before going to for backtracking, now just we'll go for design and analysis of algorithm. What is design and what is analysis and what is algorithm? In this design and analysis of algorithm, we are going to learn how we are going to design an algorithm and how we are going to understand about the algorithm and how we are going to analyze the algorithm. Okay, in design process, here in design process, you are going to design an algorithm based on different methods. Whatever the methods we are going to learn is divide and conquer method, greedy method, dynamic programming, backtracking, and branch and bound. These are the different methods. Whatever methods we are going to learn, we are going to design that methods in this. And these methods have different application. Based on that application, you are going to implement these methods and you are going to imply. We'll see step one by one and we'll discuss. First one is divide and conquer. In divide and conquer, first divide and conquer. In divide and conquer, you're going to take a large problem. That problem, you can't get any solution. If you are taking a large problem, you can't get a large solution. For that, we are going to divide this large problem into sub-problems. That is divide. We are going to divide this large problem into sub-problems. Now we are going to solve a solution for these sub-problems. If you are not getting any solution for these sub-problems, again you are going to divide this sub-problem into smaller sub-problems. At this point, if you are finding a solutions, that means solution 1, solution 2 and solution 3, solution 4. If you are getting any solutions at this, you are going to conquer. That is nothing but divide and conquer. Dividing the large problem and combining the solution, whatever solutions you are getting from a problem. That is divide and conquer. Next is greedy method. Here in divide and conquer, you have divided a large problem and you have solved the solution for that large problem. In greedy method, you are going to take one problem. Okay, if you are taking a problem, here you are going to solve some optimal solution. Here in greedy method, you should get one optimal solution. To solve an optimal solution or to get an optimal solution, you are going to solve feasible solution. You are going to solve feasible solutions. You are going to solve number of feasible solutions. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are the number of feasible solutions. From in greedy method, you are going to solve number of feasible solutions. From that feasible solution, you are going to take one optimal solution. Optimal solution is nothing but best solution. Optimal solution is nothing but best solution. That is greedy method. In greedy method, you are going to take only best solution. And next is dynamic programming. In dynamic programming also, you are going to follow. In dynamic programming, we are going to follow same divide and conquer method only. Now, dynamic programming. In dynamic programming also, you are going to follow same divide and conquer method only. In divide and conquer, what we have done, we have divided the large problem and you have combined the solution. But in dynamic programming, you are going to take a large problem In this large problem, you are going to divide this problem. In dynamic programming, you are going to divide a large problem into subproblems. You have divided into subproblems. Now, in divide and conquer, we have taken a large problem and we have divided that problem. But in dynamic programming, we have taken a large problem and we have divided that problems into subproblems. But here you are going to solve a solutions for this. Solution 1, solution 2 and solution 3. Solution 2, solution 1. Whatever solutions we have done from the subproblems, you are going to store this solution for future purpose. Future purpose. In dynamic programming, you are going to solve the solution and you are going to store that solution for future purpose, and that solution you are going to store in the form of tabulation method, and in memoization method. Tabulation method and memoization method. This is about the dynamic programming. Next is our backtracking. In backtracking, you are going. Next is about backtracking. In backtracking also, you are going to solve different problems called decision problems, enumeration problems, enumeration problems, and feasible problems. Decision problems are nothing but optimal problems. Enumeration problems, which we are going to solve, that problems are enumeration problems, and feasible problems are feasible solutions, the number of solutions. Now we are going. And backtracking, when you are in backtracking, you are going to follow a brute force method. Why we are going to implement in backtracking? Because here we are going to check for the number of possible solution. In brute force method, you are going for checking a number of possibilities. In the same way, in backtracking also, you are going to implement for the number of possible paths or a solution. Suppose, for example, you are having explicit constraints and implicit constraints. In backtracking, you are having explicit constraints and implicit constraints. Explicit constraints are nothing but whatever example or whatever values we are having, that are explicit constraints, and implicit constraints are nothing but, in backtracking, you are going to have some applications. For that application, you are going to have some criteria, that is condition. Based on that condition, we are going to follow implicit constraints. In backtracking, for number of possible ways you will have. Suppose this is now backtracking. We are going to start at one point. Now we are going for checking a possible paths. Now the person who have started, or we have started at the starting point, and we are going for, at the starting point we have one path, but we didn't got any solution at this path. We are backtracking, and next we are going for, after backtracking we came to the starting point. Again we are going for next path. Again we are also not getting any solution, so we are backtracking and we got the solution at that path. This is one small example for backtracking. the person he is starting from the starting position. He didn't got any path. Again, he is coming backtrack and he is going for next path. He is coming back again. Now he got the path and he finished the cut. Now he got next path. Now he got the correct path. Now see, this is the whatever we have discussed in the previous slide, that we have the person have started at the starting point. Again he started to the next point, but he didn't got any path at this point. That node is called dead node. With whatever path we didn't got at that path, that is called dead node. Again the person has started backtracking and he have chosen the next path. At that path also he didn't got any solution. That's why we are calling it as dead node. Dead node is, that is ending path. We didn't got any solution at that path. The person again he backtracking to the starting point. Again he started for the next point. At the last he got a successful solution, that is a success node. The success node, where we have got a success node before node, that node is E node. The E node is nothing but the node which has been generated a success node, that is called E node. The node which has been generated E node is called naive node. This is about the backtracking. In how many possible ways you are going for finding a solution. That's why in backtracking we have applied brute force method. And in coming to backtracking, to implement this backtracking method, we have different applications. That is N-Queen's problem, sum of subset problem, graph coloring, and Hamilton cycles. In backtracking application, you are going to have 4 applications, that are N-Queen's problem, sum of subset problem, graph coloring, and Hamilton life cycle. Thus, different applications have different methods to find out the optimal solutions and find out the feasible solution. Now we are going to discuss about the N-Queen's problem in backtracking. In N-Queen's problem, now we are going to know about N-Queen's problem. In N-Queen's problem, you are going to have different queens. For this N-Queens, you are going to have different queens. That N-Queens you are going to take, and you are going to take one chessboard. We are going to take one chessboard. Now N-Queens. This is first application, that is N-Queens. N-Queens. Now in this N-Queens, you are going to take N by N chessboard. N by N chessboard. N by N chessboard and N queens, number of queens. Number of queens. Now if you want to place a number of queens in a chessboard, you can't place a number of queens on this chessboard. So for this N queens, we have taken four queens. We have taken 4 queens and we have taken 8 queens. For solving N queens, we have taken 4 queens and we have taken 8 queens. So now if you want to place a 4 queens or 8 queens, if you want to place 4 queens or if you want to place 8 queens, now we will discuss about 4 queens. 8 queens, we will construct a state space free for 8 queens. Now in 4 queens, you are going to take 4 by 4, that means 4 rows and 4 columns chessboard. Now we are going to take 4 rows and 4 columns chessboard. Now in this 4 by 4 chessboard, you are going to place a queens. We are going to place a queens. Now if you want to place a queens in 4 by 4 chessboard, now how many queens you are going to take? You are going to take 4 queens. Queen 1, Queen 2, Queen 3 and Queen 4. Suppose for example, if you are going for 8 queens, you are going to take 8 queens, that is number of queens are nothing but 8 from Q1 to Q8. Now if you want to place these queens on a chessboard, now you are placing a queen 1 here. When you are placing a queens in a chessboard, you should follow a rule called no queen should attack each other. Now in what way they are attaching each other, we'll see. Now if queen 1 is placing in a first row and first column, now we should check that no queens should attack each other. Now queen 1 is placed in first row and first column. Now if you are placing a queen 1 in a first row and first column, you are going to increment column by 1. If you are incrementing column by 1, now where we can place a queen 2? You can place a queen 2 in first row, second column. If you are placing a queen 2 in a first row, second column, that queens are attacking each other. That means you should follow the queens should not be placed in same row. Queens should not be placed in same row and same column and same diagonal. Queen should not be placed in same column, same row and same diagonal. Now first queen you have placed in the chessboard. Again you are going to place a queen 2 on a chessboard. But if you are placing a queen 2 on a chessboard, now you can't place a queen on first row and second column. If you are placing here you can't place a queen 2 here. Why? Because the queen is attacking each other. That means queen 1 and queen 2 are attacking each other. Now what you are going to do? You are going to remove this queen 2. Now we have removed this queen 2 from first row, second column. We have removed the queen 2. Now next you are going to place a queen 2. Can we place a queen 2 here? No, you can't place a queen 2 here. Why? Because when we have placed a queen 1 in a same row, that is attaching in a row wise. If you are placing a queen 2 here, that is attacking in a diagonal way. So you are not placing a queen 2 here also. So what will it happen? They are attacking each other. Now can we place a queen 3 here? Yes, you can place a queen 3 here. Now after placing, it is queen 2. It is queen 2. Now we have placed queen 2 successfully. Now after placing a queen 2, what we are going to do? You are going to increment column by 1 for placing a queen 3. Now placing a queen 3 here, what are the rules you should remember? You should remember that queen 3 should not be placed in same row, same column and same diagonal. Can we place a queen 3 here? No, you can't place a queen 3 here. You are not going to place queen 3 here. Can we place a queen 3 here? No. If you are placing a queen 3, it is same row. If you are placing a queen 3 here, it is diagonal. And if you want to place a queen 3 here, you can't place. It is again same row. Now, if you are placing a queen 3 here, again it is attacking in diagonal way. Now, queen 3 you cannot place in a column 3. Now, so what you are going to do? You are going to implement backtracking method. Now, you are going to implement backtracking method. Backtracking method, if you are implementing, what you are going to do? You are going to remove the last placed queen. We are going to remove last placed queen. What is the last placed queen we have placed? We have placed queen 2 we have placed. Now, we are going to remove the queen 2. After removing the queen 2, you are going to, where we have placed queen 2? You have placed queen 2 here. Now, queen 3 is not it is not placed. Why? Because it is attacking queen 2. Now we are backtracking and we are removing queen 2 also. We have removed queen 2. After applying backtracking method, we have removed queen 2. Now if you want to place a queen 2, now you are going to increment row by 1. If you are incrementing row by 1, you should remember that if you are applying a backtracking method, you are going to increment row by 1. Or if you are placing a queen in a chessboard, you are going to increment column by 1. And if you are following backtracking method, you are going to increment row. Now we have placed a queen 2 successfully. Now again, if you are going to place a queen 3 on chessboard, can we place a queen 3 here? You can't place. Can we place queen 3? Yes, you can place queen 3. Now no queen is attacking each other. That we got. Queen 1 we have placed, queen 2 we have placed, and queen 3 also we have placed. Now again, if you are placing a queen on a chessboard, what you are going to do? You are going to increment column by 1. Now if you are incrementing column by 1, you are going to place queen 4 on 4th column. Now if you are placing a queen 4, now queen 4 you are placing. If you are placing a queen 4, can we place a queen 4 here? No, you can't place a queen 4 here. Why? Because the queen 4 is attacking with queen 1. Now again, can we place a queen 4 here? No, it is attacking with queen 3. Now again, can we place queen 4 here? No, it is attacking a queen 3 in a diagonal way. So we are unable to place a queen 3 in 3rd row also. Again, in the same way, can we place queen 4 here? No, you can't place a queen 4 here. Why? Because queen 2 is attacking with queen 4. So again, what method you are going to implement? You are going to implement backtracking method. Again, you are going to backtrack. You are going to implement backtrack. After implementing backtracking method, what we are going to do? You are going to remove the last placed queen. You are going to remove last placed queen. What is the last placed queen? Last placed queen is queen 3. Last placed queen is queen 3. Now, if you are removing the last placed queen, what we are going to do? You are going to increment row by 1. You are going to increment row by 1. If you are going to increment row by 1, what we are going to do? You are going to place a queen 3 here. Can we place a queen 3 here? No, you can't place a queen 3 here. Why? Because it is attacking queen 2. In a diagonal way, it is attacking. Again, can we place a queen 3 here? No, you can't place a queen 3 here. It is attacking with queen 2. So again, what we are going to do? You are going to apply again a backtracking method. Again, you are going to remove a queen 2. That means already the queen 2 has reached its path. But also you are going to remove the queen 2 also. But here there is no path to increment queen 2. That means what we are going to do? Already queen 2 has reached its place. Now again, what you are going to do? You are going to increment queen. You are going to remove the last placed queen, that is queen 1. Again, you have removed this queen 1. If you are removing this queen 1 also, what we are going to do? You are going to increment row by 1. You have incremented this row. Now queen 1 is placed. Now queen 2 can be placed here. Following by rules, can we place a queen 2? Yes, you can place a queen 2 here. Again, can we place a queen 3 here? Yes, you can place a queen 3 here. Again, you can place a queen 4. Yes, this is what, how many queens have we how many queens we have placed on a chessboard? We have successfully placed all 4 queens on a chessboard. Yes, we have placed all 4 queens on a chessboard. Now, what is the solution vector for this? Now, Now what is the solution for this? Queen 1 we have placed in second row, and second queen we have placed in fourth row, and third queen we have placed in third row, and fourth queen we have placed third queen we have placed in first row, and fourth queen we have placed in third. This is the solution vector for the four queens problem. Now we will see the process how the queens are going to place and how we are going to construct a state space tree. See here, now we have done example, we have completed that. See how now we have taken all the column. First we have placed all the queens in rows and columns. We have placed all queens. Now we are having first queen we have placed here, and second queen we have placed. This is about the four queens problem. I'll show you an example. See in this. This is now placing n queens on n by n chessboard such that no queen attacking or threatening each other. Whatever we have discussed in that example, that no queens are attacking each other. How they are attacking each other? That queens are placed in same row, same column and same diagonal. That is, and this is about 8 queens problem. Up to now we have discussed about 4 queens. Now here it is an example for 8 queens. Now this 8 queens are going to be placed. That queen 1 has been placed. Now in 8 queens what we are doing? See, this queen is not attacking, this queen is not attacking, and this. These are the attacking rules when you are placing a queens. These are the different queens we have placed in 8 queens. In 4 queens we have placed only 4. In 8 queens you are going to place 8 queens. How these 8 queens are going to place? You can see. First the queen is placed in the last row, and the second queen you have placed in this third row. See, in this way you are going to insert. Again this is for 4 queens also. Same. After knowing the placing of queens, you are going to construct a state space tree. That's here when you are placed, no queen is attacking each other. All queens have been placed. And after placing all queens, you should remember that you are going to construct a state space tree with all possible values. After constructing a state space tree with all possible values, you are going to take only optimal solution. After constructing this only, you are going to go construct a state space tree and you can get optimal solution. How you can get an optimal solution? In an easy way, that after placing all queens in a chessboard, you will get one solution vector. Based on that solution vector only, you can draw a state space tree. From that, whatever possible values you have constructed, with that you can take a values. These are 0, 0, 2, 1 are absolute values. These are absolute values. Absolute difference of rows number is equal to the absolute difference in column number also. Same. That column numbers and row numbers should be different when you are placing a queens. If you want to know about the state space tree for n queens problem, state space tree, state space tree for placing a 4 queens. Now if you want to construct a state space tree, see, this is the initial state. This is initial state. For this initial state, you have taken all possible. Now, how many queens you have placed? 4 queens. This is first queen, second queen, and fourth queen. First queen, second queen, third queen, and fourth queen. Now, all queens you have placed. For this is first row, second row, third row, and fourth. You have taken all possible values. You have placed the queen 1 in first row, second row, third row, and fourth row. Now, after placing a queen 1 in the first row, can we take a second queen in the first row? 2, 3, 4. These are some possible ways. If you are placing a queen 2 in a second row, can we take first queen, second queen, and fourth queen? Yes, you can take. And if you are placing a third queen, can we take first queen and second queen and fourth queen? These are the different possible ways you can take. This is about the n queens problem. You should construct a state space tree with different possible values and optimal solution. Thank you.